Hello guys, welcome to Ace and Egg 518. As we know, the tritone is the most dissonant sounding interval in music. It inverts into itself. Since there are 12 semitones in an octave and half of 12 is 6, you would think that it would form a nice sound. The French augmented 6 is made out of 2 tritones. The G to C sharp is one tritone pair, and the E flat to A is another pair. The pairs are separated by a major third apart. Tritones can be resolved in a half step in contrary motion. In fact, many dissonances in music can be resolved by a half step in contrary motion. So they may be resolved inwards to an A flat and C interval, or they may resolve outwards into a F sharp and D. You can make these intervals minor if you want to. Just lower the third or raise the root and you get a minor tritone resolution, which also sounds good. We have 6 ways that tritones may be resolved. They can resolve inwards or outwards, and in major or minor. And with minor, you can either raise the root or lower the third. So far, we've assumed that the resolving notes are the root and the third of a triad. However, they can also be the third and the fifth of a triad to form a deceptive sound. This will bring our total number of resolutions to 12. Now I have taught you 12 ways to resolve a triad. Now let's look at how we can resolve the French 6 in G major. We need to come up with ground rules first. The first rule is that the resolving chord must sound good. Next, we are in treble clef and we're building the French 6 on a G major scale. Third, we already know one answer. It resolves to the D major triad or the 5 of the G major. And that's it. I only have 3 rules. With the rules out of the way, let's create some maps as we did the first time. This diagram shows you ways to resolve a G and a C sharp. I'm going to do the same for E flat and A, just like the French 6th. Maybe I can make the diagram appear out of thin paper. Upon inspection, the D major triad comes from the G and the C sharp tritone. That's only one of the 24 ways to resolve a tritone. The other 23 are here. While they sound nice theoretically, they're not often used in practice because of context. If we're in G major, chances are most of these combinations aren't going to sound good in a song. Another thing to notice is that by doing this, we have a triad built on every note in the G major scale, except for the diminished triad that starts on F sharp. The diminished triad contains a tritone, and we're trying to get away from that. There's no point in having a tritone resolve to another tritone. The 2 tritone pairs are separated by a major third apart. Now here's something for you. If you start on one note and keep playing major thirds above that note, you only play 3 notes. Let's add a third tritone pair, a major third apart from the previous pair. I'm going to introduce the B to E sharp. I've resolved it using the same map. So here are 36 ways to resolve this 3-pair tritone. These resolutions are going to be weak compared to the French 6 because there are more dissonances and there is no hierarchy, meaning you can invert this pair to be on top and it would make the same sound. After much consideration, I've decided to call it the Parisian doubly augmented octave chord. It's derived from a French 6th, but it's a more specific type of French 6th. And an E flat to an E sharp is a doubly augmented octave, not a 6th. Please don't call it an whole tone scale, even though it uses all the notes of the whole tone scale. Besides, calling it a Parisian doubly augmented octave chord sounds better, it makes you sound smart, and proves you watched this 5-minute video. The doubly augmented octave is enharmonically equivalent to a major 9. That means you can resolve it the same way as you would with a major 9th. The major 9th is one of those dissonances that can be resolved by a half step in contrary motions, so there's a few more ways in addition to the 36 ways to resolve this chord. If we take the lower 3 notes and the higher 3 notes of each tritone pair of the Parisian doubly augmented octave, we get 2 augmented chords. We can separate them out to get a polychord made out of 2 augmented triads. This means that you can resolve the Parisian doubly augmented octave the same way as you would with an augmented triad. That's all I have to say about tritones, the French augmented 6th, and the Parisian doubly augmented octave. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.